We believe the president's son's committed nearly a dozen crimes. If I rank those crimes 1 through 12, the gun charge would be a distant 12th place. And ironically, it's the one charge you can't tie back to Joe Biden.
So that was House Oversight Chairman James Comer weighing in on the special counsel David Weiss's indictment of Hunter Biden this past week. The first son was indicted on 2 counts of lying on a federal form and 1 count of illegally possessing a firearm. Now, could these crimes come with prison time? I mean, this is possible, but will it happen? That's the big question. For more reaction, we're going to bring in Trump attorney Jesse Binnall. We also have federal attorney Megan Whiteside. And also with me is in studio here a special guest, former vice chair of the New Jersey Federation of Republican Women and the host of Money Talk with Melanie. We have Melanie Collette. Jesse, I want to start with you. These charges, they carry a 25-year maximum sentence. Do you think Hunter could get any jail time if he's found guilty, or are we looking at another sweetheart plea deal?
Well, if he's found guilty of what he's been indicted for, then yeah, he could be looking at some very serious jail time. The sentencing guidelines for an offense like this are substantial. However, I don't think anyone believes that Joe Biden is going to allow his son to go to prison. I think that it's just a matter of time until it's politically expedient for him to either pardon Hunter or commute a sentence. So yeah, I think the chances of this going all the way to Hunter Biden going to prison are very, very small. The unfortunate thing right now is I think the mainstream media and the unfortunate prosecutors in this case want us to think that this is still a Hunter Biden scandal, when in reality, the vast majority of issues involving Hunter Biden makes it a Joe Biden scandal.
Yeah, absolutely. Megan, do you think that the president would pardon him, though? I mean, you talk about like his policies. He wants to restrict gun rights. Is this something that he would do, and how would that look politically?
It's really hard to say now. It's entirely possible, but a lot has to play out before we even get to that point. And so these charges carry serious jail time, fines of up to $750,000, and potentially Hunter Biden is looking at additional charges. This is something where both sides are unhappy with these charges, and it's going to be interesting what David Weiss does and how this process actually plays out in court, and whether Hunter Biden is actually convicted such that a sentence may be commuted or he may be pardoned by his father. But it's entirely possible.
So FAR Act is one thing that they're looking maybe at a possible charge. Melanie, do you think that's likely, that more charges could be coming and that this opens the floodgates?
I think that more charges are probably going to come, but what's going to happen is he's going to get another beautiful plea deal, but perhaps without the I can't get prosecuted for any more charges after that caveat in his plea deal, because that was the thing that tripped him up with the last judge. Of course, she was like, wait a minute, do you mean we can't prosecute him for anything else after this? This is part of the deal? When does that happen? It doesn't. So I think that they'll probably revisit a plea deal, and maybe this time won't be so outrageous this time.
Yeah, maybe they'll be a bit more careful with how they do structure something. But we have to shift gears, though. Let's move on to the Texas State Senate yesterday. They acquitted Attorney General Ken Paxton on all 16 articles of impeachment levied against him. These articles included allegations of bribery, corruption, unfitness for office. Here's what Paxton's defense attorney had to say about what this vote means for future Republican politics in Texas. Let's watch.
Ken Paxton won hands down, resounding victory. He beat the latest in line for the Bushes. Let it be known, let it be clear now, the Bush era in Texas ends today.
All right, some harsh words there. I want to go back to Jesse. What's your reaction to the vote?
Well, I mean, Ken Paxton was rightly exonerated. I think that we saw that. And while his counsel in this case was clearly excellent, I think it's great for the American people to see advocacy done as well as Ken Paxton's lawyers did in this case. Really what we saw was the importance of cross-examination and due process in a way that completely exonerated Ken Paxton. Now I think Ken Paxton needs to follow through with the promises he made to the people of Texas yesterday, and I think he will, where I'm going to go after these career bureaucrats and other people who are trying to weaponize the rule of law against America First Republicans. And I believe Ken Paxton is just the person to do this. Yesterday was a great day, not only for the people of Texas, but for the people of America.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much, Jesse Manal, Megan Whiteside. Appreciate it. Melanie, Collette. We've got more to talk to you about coming up later in the show. Happy Sunday to y'all.